Hey, good evening, everyone. How are you guys feeling? Fantastic, right? Yeah. Okay. So for all the brothers and sisters who is feeling fantastic, can I have a show of one? In the chat box. Can we have a one if you are feeling fantastic today? Yeah, everyone's feeling fantastic, right? Okay, I'm gonna start the session now. Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Alan. Okay, all right. So I think first of all, before we start this session, let's really, go through the New Skin mission again. Let's read our mission statement. Okay, so our mission is to be a force for good throughout the world by empowering lives, rewarding business opportunities, innovative products, and an enriching and uplifting culture. Yeah. Okay, let's give New Skin another big round of applause. I mean, I've done New Skin for about 8 to 9 years right now, and I really believe the mission statement. And to be honest, maybe some of you guys who haven't, or maybe you haven't heard of my story, maybe I'll use this opportunity to tell you. Can you tell from the look that I was once an anti-MLM? Because I never believe in direct selling. I never believe in MLM. I never believe that this business platform could work. But I've worked in 3 different banks, and many a times when you work in an organization, whether it's an MNC or whatever, they really. I think the highlight is really to make profits, and everything is about shareholders. Everything is about making money. But the first time when I read the mission statement, I don't quite believe in it, or maybe I don't quite buy it because I've worked in 3 different organizations. They all talk about the same thing. It's all about maximizing profit. But I can tell you, the longer I do this business, the more I fall in love with the business, and therefore here I am, sharing my a little bit of my story, and today my topic is going to be how to do well in 1, 2, 3. Okay, so everyone has a right to use good products. Everyone has a right to lead a better life. Okay, so you honestly speaking, you gotta have a sense of mission when you do New Skin. But maybe a lot of our new friends today, if you join in today, if you are still new in New Skin, if you don't understand New Skin business, or maybe you felt that New Skin is just another company, by all means, that's fine. But I can share with you, after doing the business for so long, I start to feel very differently, and therefore because of this, right, I do the business right now. It's sorry, just bear me for a second. Yeah, just bear me for a second. Hang on, please. Yeah, the battery is running low. Just bear me for a second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good thing it's I learned from my mistake the last time, because I had one time like that, and the laptop literally went blank out. So I literally freaked me out. Okay. So at least I know what's going on now. Okay, so everyone has a right to use good products. Everyone has got the right to lead a better life, and why am I saying this is because right now, initially you may be doing New Skin more for the money, like what I used to. But after doing the business long, you start to believe about the mission statement, and because you start to fall in love with the company. So today my topic is going to be how to share 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Some of you guys probably have heard 1, 2, 3. Some of you guys probably haven't heard 1, 2, 3, and some of you guys probably be very amused. Why is Alan talking about 1, 2, 3? Isn't 1, 2, 3 something that you learn in the elementary school? But maybe I want to ask you this: rather than instead of just thinking of how to do 1, 2, 3 or how to do well in 1, 2, 3, why don't we look at this? Rather than how, let's focus on why. Why must we do 1, 2, 3? I think when you, because honestly, if I give you the how, if I give you the best how, but if your why is not strong, you will not do it. It's just like today, if I give you the best cake making recipe, I give you the best cake making recipe from the best person in Singapore, you still not learn it. Why? Is because you have got no urge to do it. But if deep down inside your heart, you really want to learn how to bake a cake, even if I don't teach you, you're going to do it well. Agree? Yeah. Okay. So I think the positioning is very important. position yourself to build a network versus retailing. I think why do I say this is because I think even though I've done the business for about 8-9 years, I've met a lot of people, but honestly speaking, a lot of people, the reason why a lot of people do new skin, whether they do 5 years, 10 years, or maybe not new skin, for any MLM or direct selling for that matter, they do the business 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, they continue to work hard, they continue to toil, but they never get to see the leverage part of the business. Yeah. I think the reason why is because they are still doing retailing. But very importantly, I want to share with you today, it's the secret to building a sustainable business, a sustainable growing compounded interest. Growing compounded passive income. If this is what you wanted, right, and therefore building network is something that you must grasp this concept. You must understand this concept. You must do this. And therefore it's very, very important. Your 1, 2, 3 is something very rudimental. It's something very elementary, but yet it's something very, very worth your time to really do and master this thing well. Okay, so the richest people in the world, they look for, they build network, whereas everyone else just look for work. I think this is the biggest difference, and this is what really attracted me to direct selling or even MLM. Because honestly speaking, even after 9 years, I never once felt that I'm doing MLM. But to me, I think New Skin is an entrepreneurship path, whereby I'm allowed to partner with a NYSE listed company, and at the same time, when I think about it, right, I really love this platform is because you think about it this way: New Skin pays me every month to build my network. New Skin pays me every month. New Skin pays me very good commission so that I can network with people, I can meet people, interact with people, and I get paid by New Skin. How wonderful is this business? Okay, so building network, versus retailing. I give you 2 examples. Maybe builder A, spent 4 years and 6 months, accumulated income of 60,000, have 200 customers. Whereas builder B used only 3 years and 6 months, accumulated 430,000, and has got only 100 over builders. Now, if you look at this chart carefully, right, one is a customer and one is a builder. Now, let me ask you something. Today, if you go to Shell to pump a petrol, if you have, maybe the reason what gets you go back to Shell is because you are maybe a preferred customer, or maybe you have got discounts, and because of that, you continue to go back. But like it or not, the day when the Shell drops the discount and SO gives you discount, or maybe SPC gives you discount, you definitely go to other part, because I can tell you as a customer, there's no loyalty. But today, if your father owns Shell, or maybe your family business is a Shell business, no matter what, you continuously go back to Shell to pump a petrol. Why? Because you've got a stake in it, because you belong, because Shell belongs to you and your family, and therefore the loyalty is there. And therefore I can tell you this. One of the key concept is, in order for you to build a long sustainable business, you've got to grow the number of builders. And only with builders, and builders will multiply, because every builder comes into the business, they want to grow the business. Now, when everybody that comes into your network, they want to grow the business, versus all the customer, because I share with you one best example. Recently I met an insurance agent. So I asked the insurance agent guy, I said, bro, don't mind sharing with me, now that you have been doing insurance for 2 years, how many of your customers you actually converted into a builder? And he told me, he said, no, none. I said, you've done it for 2 years as an insurance, and if you haven't converted anyone from your customer to a builder, am I right to say that whether you do the business for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you're the only one selling insurance? And if you sell the insurance, right, how big can you do? You only got 24 hours a day. Am I right to say that? I said the beauty of my business, right, even though a customer comes in as a consumer, whether they buy a AP24, whether they buy a TR90, R-Square, Y-Span, maybe neutral, I can have a chance. I will find a way and a chance to convert him to a builder. Now, when you convert more and more people into builder, am I right to say your multiplying effect is actually faster? And therefore, I can share with you the secret of this thing is very, very simple. It's not just to grow, because like it or not, every time we talk about the 525 125, we're not talking about 525 125 customers. We're talking about 525 125 builders. Okay, so financial freedom is really not a dream. Actually, all you need to do well in this business is just to find the 5 right people to do the business. Okay, of course, I want to be truthful to you today. You know, not everyone that you come in will be the correct 5%. Some people may just want to take the product. I mean, assuming you got close 10 sets of products, maybe three people that started doing the business, they just want to be a consumer. Okay, they don't want to do a business. Another 3 will become your business builder. Another 3 will tell you, maybe this is not my cup of tea. So you got to accept the 33%, the wanted ruling. You know, not everyone will come to do the business. But guess what? You know, different people will come in at different time. So you just have to continuously, every time I share my business builder is like that, you know, assuming the 5 builders are the 5 different cards that you're holding on your hand. Today, if you look at, I play poker, I have a deck of 5 cards. My 5 cards are very good because I played the business long enough. All the not very good cards, I throw it away. All the good cards, I keep. I continue to shuffle my cards. And therefore, you know, I've got a hand of good cards, not because the 5 initial cards given to me are beautiful cards, but because I stay long enough in the business, I keep shuffling my card and I keep replacing my better ones with the average ones. And therefore, I have the 5 right person. Do you understand the analogy I'm trying to say? Yeah. Okay. And therefore, you know, I already shared this, you know, from success, from human resources, through 1, 2, 3, the duplication model, it becomes an end product, a brand rep. And from brand rep, we increase the branding by soaking them in the ST system. They come out as an EBP, you know, EBD, or even COE, you know, and therefore this is our ST duplication model. You don't have to doubt it already, because like it or not, you know, New Skin has got 1,500 million S, of which 100 over already from ST. So you don't have to doubt whether our business model work or not. You know, ST has already created 100 over million S, and therefore this is a proven success. Okay, so sales, the raw materials come from the sales, and therefore the duplication, the 1, 2, 3 to brand rep is a follow-up and activation, and therefore, and after that, once you have the duplication, that's where you have the multiplier. Okay, so the objective of this 1, 2, 3 is actually to increase the number of exec in your network. Every exec is like a shop. You know, today, if you want to be 7-Eleven, the difference between 7-Eleven and the normal, the mom and pop grocery shop is because 7-Eleven goes by franchising. 7-Eleven has got a multiplier effect, whereas the normal mom and pop, you know, the grocery shop is only all alone, stand alone, you know, and therefore they will never make it big. So the 3 phases of doing well in New Skin is very simple today. It's just sales. You know, like it or not, you know, it's not, the sales is actually not so much of sales, because we are not doing selling. You know, we are actually doing sharing. The difference between selling and sharing is, I give you an example. I hope there are no offenses. You know, let's say you're a real estate agent. Now, real estate agents or even some of the insurance agents, they will sell you products. Or I think real estate is the best example. They will sell you houses whereby they have never stayed in the house themselves. They just want to sell you a house. That is considered sales. Now, what is sharing business? Sharing business is like ourselves. You know, we have taken TR90. We fall in love with the product. We share the product. We take R square. We take Y square. We love the product. We share the product. We use a galvanic spa. We love the result of the product. We share the product. And therefore, we are never doing sales. I mean, it's called sales here, but actually, in actual fact, what we're doing is we're doing sharing. And therefore, you know, all the brothers and sisters who dial in tonight, you know, if you have no sales experience, congratulations. As a matter of fact, if you don't have sales experience, you actually do better. Because I see a lot of business partners, all right, they become overly salesy. Actually, it's harder for them to do closing. Because in actual fact, over here, it's all about sharing. As long as you share genuinely from your bottom of your heart, you know, you can actually build a business. Okay. Now, another 3 things that you have to master is, number 1, you need to do a product OPP. Product OPP simply means that, you know, you go through your OPP file. If your duplication model is if your duplication product is TR90, then you just have to master the TR90 OPP. You know, just show the testimonials, flip the OPP, and after that, do the closing. Now, business OPP is actually how you show the plan and how you use the S booklet, especially drawing the 525, 125. And lastly, NDO. And NDO is something very, very important. Whether you start to have new downlines, and even if you have just one downline, it's okay for you to start talking about NDO. And because the more you talk, the more you understand about this NDO, and the more you understand about NDO, the better it is to stabilize your team. Okay, so strengthen the fundamentals and duplicate the fundamentals. It's simple as that. Because I always tell my business partners, the beauty of this business is you like it or not, you talk about the same thing over and over and over again, except you talk it over a number of years, and after that it becomes one of your core strengths. Yeah, okay, and be accountable for your success, because today you're not here to be an employee. Because if you want here to be an employee, right, I think you're better off working for people, because I think working for people is so much easier. But if you really want an exceptional life, if you really want an interesting life, if you really want to taste the entrepreneurship path, and yet you don't want to take on the much risk, I can tell you, New Skin is a platform for you. But you get, like it or not, you got to be accountable for your own success. Meaning to say, you got to be accountable for your own business, because no one owes you anything. No one needs to push you anything. You are supposed to be self-motivated. Okay, so if you want to be a lion, you will be a lion. It's how you look at yourself, And one classic example is I can share with you. It's I see my wife transformation, Pao Yan. Even though she has never done sales, she has never even sold a packet of tissue in her life before. But today I see her totally transform, because she's willing to change, she's willing to learn. She becomes a really amazing leader in ST that we have today. So how you activate others first you got to activate yourself. Settle ourselves first before we settle others. Initially when I first started coming out to do the business, right? Initially, I don't mind sharing with you. Many years ago, when I first came to the business, I started selling TR90, and therefore some of my customers actually lose weight, and some of my customers actually don't lose weight. So I start to ask Pao Yan this question. I said, is it because some customers take TR90 they will lose weight, and some customers take TR90 they won't lose weight? Because I've got different ratios. That was many years ago. But today I can tell you honestly, if a customer comes into your network, buys a set of TR90, take the product and don't lose weight, it's not the TR90's problem. It's actually the customer's problem. And why am I saying that? Is because, after doing the business for so long, I've seen all shapes and sizes, all types of people able to lose weight well. Now, I jokingly told one of my new business builder today, I said, the reason why your customer didn't lose weight is because they never follow, or maybe the 1% of the person, maybe because they've got thyroid issues or hormonal issues and other complications. Otherwise, 99.5 or 99.9% of the people who take the TR90, they will lose weight. Yeah, okay. So over the years, I've started to build this belief that everyone needs the new skin product, everyone needs the new skin opportunity, and everyone can succeed. Now, everyone can succeed. And this is one part maybe I just want to highlight, because I've got some leaders who actually come to me and say, Alan, I'm not like you. I'm not so able to talk. And therefore, I'm worried about bringing this person. Now, remember this. Today, you don't expect to come in and straight away become a master mentor and guide the person. Even if you don't know how to guide the person, it's okay, because you just have to follow the ST system. It's like you bring this person to a school. The reason why this person becomes successful is because of the school teaching. It's because the school is a good school. It's not because of you. Our job is just to be a matching person. We just need to match the person. Meaning to say, if you see a very capable person, whether it's a CEO, CFO, or whatever all that is, you don't have to worry. Maybe your background is not as good as the candidate that you're talking to. Never mind, because you've got ST. And ST is such a big system that's able to bring so many people to success. And therefore, you must believe everyone through your hands, you can do magic. And through your hands, you can bring them to ST. They will find magic as well, and they will become successful here. Okay, so what must we do? Okay, if we want to do everything from New Skin, it's number one, we want a long-term high passive income. And the second outcome that we want here is we want to build a network of brand rep and EPP. Okay, and first of all, long-term thinking and high passive, what must you do? You must have number of brand rep enough to be able to have a sustainable network. Now, if all your customers are just consumers, they may buy, they may not buy. But if your network is, a lot of them are just active business builders, right? They will at least do the minimum volume if they want to do the business. And if they want to continue to do the minimum volume, or some maybe even doing 5 or 10K, I can tell you your network will definitely grow. Okay. So how to do well is 1, 2, 3. I think it all boils down to our positioning, is to, are we here just to get another brand rep to the trip? No, I can tell you not. The reason why, I think we bring the person, number one, okay, why do we, how to do well in 1, 2, 3? Number one is, we must believe that everyone can do the 1, 2, 3. And last time when I first came to the business, I don't quite understand 1, 2, 3, because to me, completing the 6,000 points, as long as I complete the 6,000 point, it could be just because the fact is that, I've got a lot of rich customers. They come in, they buy 3 sets, they buy 6 sets, they become brand rep. And therefore, to me, job is already accomplished because I already achieved 6,000 points. But now I understand, right? The positioning of here is, I'm not here just to create the brand rep. I'm here to complete my 1, 2, 3. Meaning to say, even though this person completed his brand rep, right, I will still do my 1, 2, 3 because I want to find the network behind this person. Because I understand, right? The importance is not just about completing the brand rep. The importance is not just completing the 6,000 points. The importance is to create the 1, 2, 3 so that you can find the A, B, C, D, E within his network. Is to sieve out the A, B, C, D, E within the person's network. Yeah. And after that, to activate the customers to become business builders. Because once I have the A, B, C, D, E, identify the A, B, C, D, E, and with more and more people within the network, right, I can find people to activate. Because imagine I complete the 6,000 points using only one person to complete 6,000 points. Yes, I may have completed the brand rep, but if this person buy up the 6,000 points for himself, for his own family, there's no 2 and 3, who am I to activate? And this person that buy the 6,000 point may just be a brand rep, but there's no one to activate. I'm still missing my point altogether. Yeah. So activation, how to activate this person is actually to sell a business opportunity. And therefore, many times I share with my business partners, maybe today you are at a position whereby you can close the product, but maybe your activation is not very good. It's okay. Collaborate with your uplines. If your upline is not the active one, then collaborate with your uplines. I'm sure within all your uplines, right, you can find someone senior enough. It could be a EBD, it could be a PD, or even could be a COE. Let the person, because the reason why I can share with you is because I can understand, maybe today you take the product, you lose weight very well. For you, it's very easy to share the product, because you have belief in the product. But for you, it's very hard to activate the person into the business because you haven't earned the $1 million yet. That I understand. Why do I say that? Is because I've been through that. I've never earned the 1 million, and therefore, how can I activate the person to do the business? Yeah, because I haven't quite settled myself when I first started doing the business. Okay, so second thing is the key points to communicate during activation is you must tell them the why. So rather than, because there are some people who come and they'll tell me, Alan, should I tell the person about the product first, or should I tell the person about the business first? Actually, it doesn't matter whether you close the person product or whether you close the person the business. Why do I say that? Because if you close the person product, once you close the person product, what I'll do is I'll draw the 1, 2, 3 plan. I'll tell him, this is my responsibility to share with you. No, now I know that you have already bought the product. Now it's also my responsibility to share the 1, 2, 3 business plan with you. And you continue to draw the business plan and activate the person to do the business. And you never know if the person buy the product, they slim down. And the key thing is, they must believe in the product and they must see the results of the product. Now, when they see the product and they slim down well, or maybe they experience the product well, or they use the galvanic spark, or they use a neutral, they start to grow heads, they start to build the belief, I think it's easier to activate. But why do we activate this person? It actually comes back down to us, because we believe everyone deserves a good product, and we believe everyone can succeed in this business, and therefore we want to activate. It comes with the confidence. Yeah. Okay. Repeat this process until you hit the thing. So the sales process, or maybe the sharing process, I will share with you. It's number one. First of all, when you go and meet the person, right? First of all, build the friendship. Don't want to go there and immediately want to close the 1,000 points. Because many times I see a lot of new builders, right? They have the 1,000 points. I'm here to collect the 1,000 points. And therefore, they are not successful in sharing because they're always thinking at the back of their head, they're always thinking, how do I close this person? So rather than doing that, why don't you listen to what I have to propose to you today? Maybe just build the friendship and build the trust. Because once you have built the friendship and built the trust, and when you talk to the person, you're able to find the needs. And when you find the needs, because then you do the presentation, and after that, ask the leading questions and assume close. And if they have any questions, right, they'll probably ask you, and you go through the objection handling, and you finally do the closure. It's a very, very simple 5-step process, and you have done this process long enough, right? Or maybe if you're new today, it really doesn't matter. But you've done the business long enough, you start to understand, right? Actually, all our closure is all about building friendship, finding the needs of the person, doing the presentation, after that do object handling, and after that you do your closing. It's always simple. Now friendship, the first step, the friendship. Now, do you see them as a friends, or do you see them as customer? Or worse still, do you see them as 1,000 point, 2,000 point, or do you see them as your pathway to bring you to Istanbul, or your pathway to bring you to another trip? I think it's very important, because like it or not, I think a lot of human beings, they don't share with you, they don't tell. But I can tell you, at the end of the day, right, inside their heart, they can feel it. Whether you really care about them, whether you really care about them as a person, whether you care about them as a friend, or whether you care for them just for the 1,000 points. Because human beings, they can sense it. And very importantly, right, the customers and the downlines, they can actually become your friends and your family members. At the end of the day, you must understand, you must believe that, all your customers, because to me, it's very, very simple. If I build this friendship with this person, even if the person don't do the business, they become my lifelong customer. Is it good or not good? It's fantastic, right? Now, if they've taken one more step, instead of being just a customer, they become my long-time business partner and my lifelong business partner. I can tell you, everything that I put in is really worth the effort. Needs. Do we know them very well? No, especially like, let's say today you want to go there, you want to OPP TR90. Now, if you just think this person is big size, this person is maybe fat or maybe obese, and therefore you just go there and say, you must take TR90, you must take this TR90 is so good, da 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 da. In the first place, right? And this is one question I always ask my new business partners. I said, do you know how much, do you know if they have health conditions? Do you know that whether they have gone to a slimming center before? Do you know that how many kg they want to lose? Do you know where is the areas of concern? Is it the arms? Is it the legs? Is it the tummy? Is it the hair? Is it the face? Do you know what they want? Because if you don't know what they want, right, if you go there just wanting to close them a product, right, I'm sorry to tell you, we are no different from the insurance salesman, or we're no different from any other salesman, or the car salesman for that matter, because you go there just want to close. So instead of wanting to close them so badly, right, why don't we look at that? Why don't we ask questions? Ask them, what bothers them? Ask them, how is the health condition? Ask them, if they have a way to slim down and look so good, right, where would they want to slim down? Ask them many, many questions and find out their needs. Okay, so number one, do you know why he's doing new skin? Okay, number two, what will happen if he succeed in new skin? Or what happens if you do new skin and succeed in new skin? And what happens if you don't do new skin and don't succeed in new skin? No, do we know all these questions? Do we know really what will make them want? Because at the end of the day, right, like I shared before, whether the person come in, whether they want to start the product first or whether they start the business, actually it's very simple. You just have to find out their dreams, their why. Because once you understand their why, right, it's very, very simple. It's like, they are here in point A, where they want to go is point B. Actually, new skin is just a bridge for them to bring them from point A to point B. Actually, it doesn't matter, because once the customer is able to see that from point A where he is now to go to point B and to achieve his dreams is actually through a set of product or through a new skin business, they will gladly buy it. They will gladly do the business. The reason why, so in actual fact, you ask me, do I start with the business first? Or do I start the product first? Actually, at the end of the day, I would say that, why don't you find out what your customer wants first? What the customer, when you understand what the customer want from point A to point B, then you just have to tell them, actually, with the new skin product, you can go from point A to point B. Actually, with this business, you can go from point A to point B. Do you, if you want more time, more financial freedom, if I show you a way, would you be able to listen? If I draw you the business plan, once you understand the business plan, would you consider doing this so that you can go from point A to point B? If you want to slim down, if I show you a way to slim down, would you take this product so that you can go from point A to point B and achieve your desired, slim and sexy body? You probably can ask them that question. Now, main thing is for business activation, I'll always ask them this question. Now, if you continue to do what you're doing, are you able to achieve financial freedom? Are you able to spend more time with your family? I think many times whenever we listen to a lot of actually builders sharing, right? Actually, a lot of the builders, they got activated by this question, and never stop at just asking the question just one time. Because I can tell you, the reason why in Singapore and Malaysia or even in Indonesia, the reason why we're able to activate people continuously is because, when you do TR90, you need to measure the customer. And if you do it on a weekly basis, it simply means that you've got 12 times to actually ask your customer these questions and draw the business plan and ask it. I always draw the business plan and ask, until one day, one of my young builder was telling me, Alan, can you stop drawing the comp plan? Because I see until I want to vomit already. Yeah, this is the rate that I'm going through. Yeah, can you imagine? So how to do it? 1, 2, 3. Number one, first of all, you must instill the mission of helping. Share why I do new skin business and share why they need to do the new skin business. As long as you got a helping heart, even if the person reject you, I can tell you, do not be afraid. Because if you come and talk to me about new skin 10 years ago, I can tell you most probably I'll tell you a no as well. But look at me today, because once I understand, because my level of understanding is here. My level of understanding is here at that point in time. Other people's level of understanding here. But once I understand, my level of understanding goes to where they are, I understand the beauty of this business. But guess what? You are already here. But a lot of people that you're prospecting, they are still here. And therefore, when you talk to them about new skin, you are at this level, they are at this level, they will not see things eye to eye with you. And therefore, a lot of things when you talk to them, you talk about new skin, the comp plan, the beauty of this business, I can tell you, they will not believe it. I think, honestly, ask yourself, who doesn't want a better life? Who doesn't want to have better health? Who doesn't want to have more time with the family? Everybody wants. Except when you talk to the person, when you try to activate the person, when you draw the comp plan, if the person don't do, it's because, number one, they don't believe and they don't trust you. It's either they don't trust you or they don't believe in you. But I can tell you, do not be worried, do not fret, because sometimes it takes time to build a trust. Okay? So why use the S booklet for duplication purpose? I think it's very, very simple, because everyone, if you want something to be duplicated, right, you've got to say the same thing over and over again. And not just you saying it, and because your team got to say the same thing over and over again. And that's how the duplication takes place. Yeah, because the speed of the success is the speed of the duplication. Now, if everyone can say the same thing, say the same pitch, talk over and over again, draw the same comp plan, I can tell you that's where the compounding will take place. Yeah. So it's very, very simple. In this business, you just need to show the plan, deliver the confidence and excitement. And that's about it. Deliver the confidence and excitement is because when you want to do closing, assume close, you just have to tell them, trust me, I've done this long enough. Or maybe if you're still new in the business, you say, trust me, my family members have taken the product, I've taken the product, and therefore, we have so many years of friendship. And because of this, I see the results is so good. And therefore, I'm here to share with you. Build the confidence, give them the confidence. Yeah. And over here, maybe I want to share with you a little bit about how we do a business OPP. Number one, when you talk about why new skin, I think it's very simple to go through the company's track record. I think a lot of people, the reason why they don't believe in MLM is because a lot of MLM companies, they don't have a good track record. Now that, because new skin has got a good track record, it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange, you've got to continuously tell them about this. Tell them the fact that, new skin is a 36-year-old company listed on New York Stock Exchange. And secondly, our age H-log science is already on the Discovery Channel. And mind you, we're not talking about RTM, we're not talking about TV3, we're not talking about Channel 5 or even Channel 8, we're talking about Discovery Channel. And most importantly, the future product pipeline. Because it's a high-tech company, right? This continues to have future pipelines. And therefore, we are not only selling one singular product. Because when you sell one singular product, after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, you probably reach saturation. Okay, and why success together is because number one, success together is already proven system. Number one, it provides a training academy whereby it's able to churn out so many millionaires, and we have already created 100 over millionaires, so you don't have to doubt ST altogether. Yeah, and most importantly, share with them the values of New Skin. Passive and exponential income when it comes to scalability, because a lot of people want a scalable business. You think about it. If today you start a coffee shop, how do you scale from one business coffee shop to 5 coffee shops to even 10 coffee shops? Unless you have a lot of capital. And even if you are able to expand you're able to inject a lot of capital, I can tell you, you face a lot of risk. And second thing, a lot of people are talking about global business opportunity. Now that with this pandemic, right, I can tell you, global opportunity is so important, because today, if you can't do your business in Singapore, you can expand your business to Malaysia. If you can't do a business in Malaysia, you can expand to Indonesia. If you can't do Indonesia, you can do China, you can do Russia, you can do anywhere around the world. And therefore mobility is also important, because one day, because people love to travel these days. Young people love to travel these days. Can you imagine how wonderful it is? You can travel around the world, you can continue to do your business. And most importantly, right, whatever you put into this business is not wasted, because there's a legacy planning. So whatever efforts that you put into here, it's not like your job. Today you may do a job, you may do a good job as a CEO, CFO, but can you leave your job to your son to assume your CEO and CFO position? I can tell you the answer is no. But today, when you do the business, whatever efforts that you put in, you can eventually pass it on. Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to objection handling, sometimes when you draw the 1, 2, 3 plan, you talk to people say don't want. I can tell you, they're not keen on the business because number one, they haven't built the product confidence. Honestly speaking, if the person just started taking the product, they don't see the product, it's harder for you to activate. The key point for you to do activation is the person must slim down well. The person must use the product well, like galvanic spa, use the neutral, must grow the hair, take the R square Y span, they must feel the thing, they must believe in the thing, and it's good. And second thing is, you need to instill a mission. I think a lot of people don't have that mission initially, but that is fine, because a lot of people don't. And identify the warm markets first. A lot of people, they come into the business straight away. They say, oh, Alan, I got a friend in Russia. I got a friend in this. I got a friend in that. I can tell you a lot of times, right, it's because they still care a lot about their face. And therefore, they don't dare to touch. And invite them to the product day. If they're not keen on the business, can always get them to Zoom into our TR90, our H-log class, because all our classes, we've got, an element of soft activation. Yeah. Okay. Are we okay so far? Yeah. Okay. So second thing, if they're not open to business, number one, close product. If the prospect hasn't closed any products yet, at least close them something first. Give them recording and the videos. A lot of people, maybe if you give them product, especially if you're very, very new, you don't know how to tee up the product. You can send them recordings, you can send them videos to actually tee up the product, and invite them to the next meeting or ABC or outline. For me, it's very, very simple. If I'm on the ground, if I'm the one closing a lot of products, I will be my upline's eyes and ears. Everyone that comes into my network, I will straight away inform my upline. The reason why I inform my upline is not just the reporting. The reason why I inform my upline is so that my upline understand who is coming into my network, the name, the background, the job, whatever that they're doing, how old are they married, do they have kids? I will inform all my upline, and if possible, I'll include a photo, so that the moment our upline say, okay, and straight away I arrange for ABC. Ask for the names at the spot. And important is to follow up within the next 48 hours. I think following up is very, very important. Even though they say no, it's okay. You can always follow up. You can always get them to Zoom. You can always to meet the upline. You can always to get them to read the copycat marketing. Yeah. And I think the challenges in activation is many times we are often prejudged. Sometimes when a person is too young, you say that, the person is too young, the person won't do the business. Or maybe the person is too old, you say, the person is so old, they won't do the business. Now, think about it this way. If the person is young, it simply means that they have someone mature in the family. Am I right to say that? If the person is young, it simply means that, the more we have to inform this person, because if you really believe that everyone deserves a new skin opportunity, do you want to see this young person to go and work in the society for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and have, at the end of it, don't see the results that they want? Now, if the person is old or elderly, I will tell myself, if this person is old or elderly, there must be young people within the network. So even if I work on this old person, and am I right to say that the person may not 100% need the business, but they will definitely need the business, the good products. And once they use the good product, and I'll buy the friendship and all that, this old or elderly person can always refer to the next generation, and I can work on these people. So if to me, very, very simple, if I see a person who is ordinary background, I tell myself, because this person is so ordinary, this person, if he were to find a job out there in the market, it's going to be tough. As it is, as I speak right now, I think we're going through an economical crisis or economical challenging moment, whereby a lot of capable people are even losing their jobs, let alone the person is ordinary. So if this person is very ordinary, especially in Singapore that I'm talking about, they've got no degree, if they've got no degree and they've got no good background, maybe it's harder for them to get a good job. So to me, I will always give them an opportunity, to come to this platform. Now, if this person is someone who is very highly capable, is a CEO, is a CFO, I will tell myself, if this person is a CEO, CFO, he must be very capable, but like it or not, if the customer, if the organization pay him 100,000, or if the organization pay him 500,000, his annual package, do you think the job is easy, or do you think the job is stressful? I would definitely believe his job is very, very stressful. He may have the income, but he may not be happy. He may have the income, but he may not be healthy. He may have the income, but he may not have the time with the family. And therefore, this person needs to have plan B, because anytime they might lose their high-paying job and they may not be able to find the job anymore. Or maybe, this person is so highly stressed out. I think he needs to have more time with the family and enjoy being loved, Or if this person is very rich, maybe you think that, this person is rich, cannot be activated. You are dead wrong. Okay, I can tell you, rich persons are rich because they are very opportunistic. They are rich because they are very open to new ideas. And therefore, if a person is rich, I'll tell myself, the more I should activate him, because if he can be on his platform, already become so successful, when he comes to new skin, he'll become even more successful. He can even help more people, and he can inspire more people. Now, if the person is poor, I would say that, it's very, very simple. This person is poor. This person is not from a very, very good background. The more he needs new skin. And whether it's a male or female, I think anyone and everyone can do it. I used to think that new skin is a female business. But now that I've done the business long enough, there's so many guys who are doing so well in new skin. And therefore, if you ask me, it's not specific to male or specific to female. Maybe you think that we're doing skincare, but I can tell you that today, I think a lot of men use skincare. A lot of men use nice gadgets to improve themselves and make themselves look good. And therefore, you ask me whether it's a male, female, or anyone, I think everyone deserves this opportunity. Yeah. Okay. Or maybe today you dare not influence, listen in and not to LOI. For example, people say, don't bother me with the business. I just want to take the product. Maybe I want to share with you one story today. Do you know that our up and coming $10 million circle member, COE 3, Nicholas Yeo, do you know at one point he only come to do the business because he wanted to eat a free life pack. And because of one free life pack, we are able to activate him to do the business. Can you imagine, right? If he doesn't want to if he doesn't want to eat the life pack, if he doesn't come in, and if there's somebody didn't influence Nicholas, today we don't have a Nicholas Yeo within our organization. Can you imagine that? So rather than just waiting, right, we always create opportunities. So to me, I'll never take no for an answer. Meaning to say, if he say no, I tell myself, maybe because the person don't believe in me that much, or maybe the person don't understand what I'm trying to say that much. It's okay. I will just have to try again the next round. Yeah. Okay. And do not leverage on the system three treasures. Are we leveraging, challenges in activation is because we do not leverage enough. We do not use the tools. Maybe sometimes you find it, especially salespeople, they don't want to be convinced. If you try to talk to the person, especially if the person is a salesperson, they don't like to be convinced. So what I'll do is sometimes I'll send recording. Sometimes if this person is a lawyer, I'll share recordings of a lawyer, say, hey, by the way, do you know that, we have in our organization, we have also have a lawyer and he did a sharing today. Why don't you listen to it? Because people like to relate themselves. Because let's say if the person is a lawyer, the person you're prospecting is a lawyer, if he sees more and more lawyer success story, he will believe that the business is real. Okay. And tools for me, I buy a lot of copycat marketing before. Why do I say that? It's because I tell myself, if one copycat marketing in exchange for a brand rep, and if this brand rep stay long enough, I have my 525, 125. Do you think the copycat marketing is worth it? It's definitely worth it. And to me, I can never lift myself up. And therefore, even though I'm at my level, even though I'm a COE one today, there's some people that I meet, I still invite, people like Phyllis, people like Lillian to even come and talk to these people. Yeah. Okay. And challenges in the activation, sometimes people just give up too easily. You just simply listen in and say, the person already say, don't come and disturb me. I don't want to do the business. You listen in. When you listen in, right, number one, I can say that actually most of the time we still care about ourselves. We still think about ourselves. We still think about ourselves more than the importance of this person. Now, I think about it, right? Maybe the person will tell me rejection. Maybe the person pour me cold ice water. I will not give up. Why? Because deep down inside my heart, I believe this person deserves good product. And I believe this person's outcome will be transformed if you come and do New Skin and succeed in New Skin. And anyway, how long you need to plant a durian tree? You probably need about 5 to 7 years. So I can tell you, you must have a long-term thinking like what I shared before. Can you imagine our new EBD is Siu Fong? Can you imagine we share with her the business for 5 years, and only after 5 years, when the timing is right, she came into the business. Not because we didn't share with her the first year or second year, we did, but she didn't want to listen, or maybe her timing is not right. So you must understand, everyone has got a timing. The main thing is when the person want to do the business, are you still doing the New Skin business? I think these are key important things. Okay, so success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It's what you do consistently. If you keep going back to this person, if you keep drawing the business plan, one day I'm sure the customer will be thinking, or the prospect will be thinking, actually, Alan, why do you keep drawing the business plan? Why do you keep telling me about this business? Is it really that good? Is it really life transforming? I can tell you, sometimes it's because you're not persistent enough. If you're persistent enough, if you keep if you keep deep down inside, if you really believe that this person's life will change because of New Skin, show it to them. And if you're able to have the kind of commitment, I can tell you, someday they will be touched by your sincerity. Someday they will be touched by your persistence, because you think about them and not about yourself. Okay, so the most important thing is, do we want a one-time income or lifetime income? Now, if we believe that the person who embraces New Skin will have a lifetime income, so don't you think it's really worth us even pursuing? It could be many, many years, but it's still worth it, because at the end of it, we want this person to really benefit from it. So if at the end of the day, right, I must urge you all this, 人生一定要人生一定要辉煌，人生一定不可以白来。Meaning to say, right, I think our life must be exciting. 一定要精彩。It must be exciting. Can you imagine if the person continue to do the job 9 to 6 for 10, 20, 30 years? How exciting can a life be? I can tell you, my life changed because of New Skin. My life transformed because of New Skin. I become a better person because of New Skin. And because of that, I really believe everyone deserves this good opportunity. Yeah. So lock in your goal. If the person that you're following up, if they haven't completed the brand rep, make sure they complete brand rep. If they haven't completed the 10K, make sure they complete 10K. If they haven't completed the EBP, make sure they complete the EBP. And if they haven't up the pin title, make sure they go up the pin title. And I can tell you, as long as you have a heart of helping, you continue to create success stories. I can tell you, a lot of people, unfortunately, right, when they see the results in the business, they will slowly get activated and they will slowly start to buy the business. Even if they don't want to log into a Zoom today, continue to create results. When you create a lot of results, like it or not, they will eventually dial in. Or maybe the downline start to dial in, they will also want to dial in, because they see when they have a team, they already have a team moving, I think the level of confidence increase in the business, they will be easier to get activated. And most importantly, success together, we've got so many success stories. you know, and therefore, if you believe it will work, you will see the opportunities. But if you believe it will not, you definitely see the obstacles. I can tell you, ask yourself this question tonight. Do you believe, and if you really truly believe that everyone can do new skin, you must go all the way out to activate them. But if you don't, right, you will tell yourself, oh, yeah, this person won't do, this person cannot, this person wife is this person job is like that, this person has got children, they cannot do the business, they cannot dial into Zoom. You give yourself 1,001 excuses. Yeah, okay. So in success together, most importantly, our success can be duplicated. And therefore, you know, once you do all that, right, once you do the 1, 2, 3, you know, you can definitely attain success. You can actually taste the sweet success, and you can actually discover the best yourself. Okay, so you know, I've come to the end of my session. You know, success together, together we succeed. I really hope you guys benefit from today's 1, 2, 3 session. You know, my name is Alan, and I'm from Singapore. Thank you.